I can't sit in nice chairs. I make noise.
Well, I mean, I do too. It's just a human thing. I'm a leg shaker. Are you a leg shaker?
A little bit. I get very antsy.
There was a time where we were playing NEC Top 8. After NEC, I was like, "Was there something wrong with your leg? Were you worried about the match?" Like, no, I'm just a leg shaker.
Leg shaking.
That was me trying to hype myself up, I guess, while I was
thing.
playing. After I lost my first round, it's like, let me go ham on my leg real quick, hype myself up.
I do that. Or I do the aggressive head nod when I lose.
You also roll your eyes and get disappointed.
I do a lot of things when I lose.
Okay, well, technically this is the third episode of Two Beat Counter.
Third one.
Stop sending me the wrong episode number.
What do you mean?
Whenever you send me the email with the file.
Oh, because I still have it on one.
Well, first you have the email in reply to the 0th episode, but then you also have the number as if we started on 1.
Yeah.
Don't do it again.
I'll fix
that. Things that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we should start with Evo
because last week I uploaded the podcast a week late because
it was a week after we recorded. So
then
Evo announcements happened.
Melee's gone.
So
is Guilty. Not thank God. Oh, it's okay. I kind of expected Guilty to be gone. I'm already content with Guilty. I don't really care that it's gone because it's still strong wherever the heck it's hosting tourneys.
Yeah. So one thing I want to get into with Melee being gone is, of course, people are unhappy. We knew they were going to be unhappy. But Evo, it kind of bought its way into Evo initially with the crowdfunded voting thing they had 5 years ago. Yeah, they won that. And that was supposed to be a once and done thing. But because of how well it did, it stayed. And so I understand why they're upset, because that's the only game they play, because they're too stubborn to move on and learn something else. So I get that. It's the game they've been playing forever. But my thing is, they got in off these fan submissions, numbers, the money, the votes, all that shit. They had a good showing. So they got invited back 3 years. So Evo was there for 4 years. And what bothers me is now they're gone and Eunice is in and they want to complain about that. But Eunice got in basically the same way they didn't get voted in through some money vote. They just had a good showing last year in side tournament. It was the biggest side tournament. And now it's a main stage game due to fan support, which is literally why Melee even got a year or two.
I'm just very happy that Eunice has done nothing but grow ever since it got its NA release. So wait, when Guilty Gear was first at Evo, it was Sign?
Yeah.
And then...
I was there that year. And I was there the last year.
You watched your baby grow?
A little bit. I wanted to be there for the first and the last year.
I haven't really seen much people get upset at Guilty Gear not being there in general. I mean, I've seen 1 or 2 people. I'm only going to hate on people that were expecting something Guilty Gear related out of Evo as if they were going to start playing the game again if they got the announcement. It's well, if you're not going to play Guilty Gear now, you're still probably not going to play it even after we get an update.
Yeah. So, about the update, as I said, I wanted to be there. I was there for the first year. I wanted to be there for the last year. Those are the only 2 Evos I went to. And I'm not going to lie, sitting in the crowd and Guilty Gear's finished and you're just waiting for an announcement and kind of getting nothing was super disappointing. So I'm at the point where, as much as I want a new Guilty Gear, it's whatever. I've accepted that we're not getting one. Even though people keep throwing this link around that some interview from forever ago says something's in the works. But all we got was Grand Blue News.
I'm mad.
Which I will get to in a sec.
I'm mad because, see, whenever they said, oh, Daisuke's working on something Guilty Gear related, I don't remember him actually saying that it was going to be the next Guilty Gear. And then a whole bunch of news sites said he's working on the next Guilty Gear.
In an interview, they're like, yeah, in some interview, he's working on the next Guilty Gear game. And I'm like, you can post this link all you want, but I don't even, to be honest, it's a translated article. Okay, so I'm just saying this out of my ass. I haven't fact checked anything. Like, it could have easily been a mistranslation, just and so anything like that, because we have nothing. There's been nothing to show this. All like I was sitting in the stands getting mad because all they said was he's not here because he's working on something Guilty Gear related.
Yes.
And people keep wanting to tell me I'm wrong and then show me this link, and we're in. So this is March 10th, 2019. We're recording this. And we had nothing. They showed us nothing. And I bring this point a lot. Them making a new Guilty Gear honestly hurts them more than anything else. They have all these. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a previous cast too. They have all these like godlike IPs. Going like they have fucking Grand Blue right now. They're making that. They had Dragon Ball. I guarantee you they have like JoJo's and all this other shit knocking on their door like, hey, make something for us.
We still got that Fifth Fate coming.
I'll get to that in a Sixth Fate. Yeah, Sixth Fate.
Oh yeah, Sixth.
I'll get to that in a sec too, because I have that on the docket. There's a lot of confusion about where BBTAG's going, and I feel like I just want to talk to that a little bit, because I think people misunderstand what Arxis is trying to do. But yeah, back to Guilty Gear quick. I really want a new one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we just don't get one. Honestly. Grand Blue's the new Guilty Gear.
It's gonna be hard to top like, their gap from from ACR to Xrd seemed really big. In terms of like, revolutionary game. It's like there are people whining about, man, is anyone else tired of these Xrd 3D model graphics? And I'm just like, no, it's fucking godlike. There's a whole Twitter thread about people complaining about that cell shading models art style that Arxis perfected. Like,
I wish every game did this, honestly.
Maybe not every game, but like,
I mean,
you can't get tired of cell shading, honestly. I like that graffiti-esque looking visuals. That's why I like cell shading.
Yeah, I wish Street Fighter and KOF had better shading, honestly.
I wish SamSho had better.
I really like the SamSho aesthetics right now. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. That was another surprise at EVO. I wasn't expecting SamSho to be there. I thought it was going to be like some side game or they were going to have demos out. But nope, the game's apparently coming out like a month or two before EVO, and it's a main title.
Yeah, this isn't the first time they've had an EVO main lineup game before a game release. Because I swore, did Soul Calibur 6 do that? I know BBTAG did.
Tekken 7 was a main title game 3 years before it came out.
Into the elsewhere outside of Japanese.
Yeah,
consoles.
they brought arcade machines here and they ran it. No Americans knew how to play the game because we couldn't play it.
Yeah,
but most people flew in for that.
Were there any NA top 8s before the game released in NA?
I don't think it was. It wasn't very many places, honestly.
Okay.
It was a bit here and there, but like no one had it at home. No one could just go to play at the arcades in America.
There weren't even like a few NA console or any arcades that imported.
Round 1 got it the same year the game was coming out, so we got it like 3 years late. The arcade machines.
Regardless, rip.
And now our local Round 1 only has Tekken 7 vanilla.
Oh yeah. I just know that Lars is
bad.
Yeah.
I played Lars and he's bad.
I don't know Tekken, but that's all I know.
He was mid-tier for 2 weeks. Then they emergency patched him. He had, for those who actually play Tekken, he had a 12-frame punish that he could get big damage off of in the corner, and they took it out because they said it was a quote-unquote accident. But, like, what are you doing that's minus 12 against Lars with your back to the corner? Like, you probably deserve it.
Oh god, 12 frames too. What are their fast normals in that game?
Fast jabs are 10.
Okay. 12's decent then.
So jabs, the way the game is balanced is if it's minus 9 or better, it's safe. If it's minus 10 or 11, most characters just get a jab or a quick 1-2 to make themselves plus, and now it's their turn. 12, 13 frames are normally, hey, you get a quick 1-2 string that knocks down. Where 10, 11's a quick 1-2, they're still standing. And then some characters like 13, some very few, then like 14, 15 people have actual launch punishes. And Lars technically got a launch punish off 12 frames with the new wall bounce system in the corner. So you could do 1-2 stance wall bounce. And he got a conversion in the corner. And mid-screen, he got like 1-2 into Rage Drive. And this is unfortunate because in the new Tekken update a while ago, they wanted to make it so no Rage Drive was useless. And this made Lars's Rage Drive not shit. And then they emergency patched out this 12-frame punish. Well, the button's still there, but the stance doesn't combo anymore. So his Rage Drive sucks. That 1-2 he had, well, it was forward 2-1 was the input for it, but it sucks now.
Sounds like he got answered.
He got answered.
Answer Guilty Gear.
Answer will never be good.
Well, he was. Well, I get it. Yeah.
People are finding all this cool new stuff, and I don't see anyone.
The only new things I've seen in Guilty Gear were the Raven bug and that just answer loops. By Faulty and that one other video.
And you're like, wow, these are cool. Why can Answer do this? Then you look at how much meter he spent and how much damage he did, and you're like, oh, that's why. May gets that damage meterless.
Was he still generally better in pre-patch or no?
He had IAD loops on half the cast. Now he's worse against mid-weights and up, but he's better against lightweights. It's different. I wouldn't say he's better or worse. He's just different.
Okay.
Because some are better and some are worse now. Oh yeah, Water's confirmed for Evo. That's probably the biggest reveal.
He's ending all these memes. You know, that's fucked up.
They aired a Melee's dead video.
Oh my god. They did. They acknowledged Melee. They killed off Melee. They brought in Eunice. Just everything unexpected.
And then
somehow.
They put salt in the wounds of Melee Blade. That was such a weird thing to do. I don't know what they expected.
It's so weird how they can somehow just redeem themselves after one full year of no water.
Evo Japan didn't even have water.
Yeah, so like last year's or the past Evo and the past Evo Japan were just both rip.
I'm not gonna say it's all good. Can they keep the free water filled? That's where we're getting at next. Because they're selling water too, and I'm just worried they don't keep good supply of the free water. But they keep great supply of the paid water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I did mention that last podcast, how our local major had like free water, except they never refilled them. So what was the point?
Yeah.
But
Melee's dead. It's funny because like it's like once a year Joey, Mr. Wizard, gets on the stream and decides which games are dead. At least that's how people look at it. Which, like, your game's not dead. Like, Melee has fucking Genesis, for crying out loud. That got more entrances probably than they would have got at Evo. Maybe. But
Melee...
They have a major every month. They have 2 majors a lot of weekends.
Yeah, Melee, like... Honestly, yeah, Melee does not need Evo. So I don't know why people are crying.
All the people like, Melee doesn't need Evo. Evo needs Melee. It's like, yeah, okay. Okay, dog.
Yeah, all the salt tweets are great. I had a friend. Let's call him Ben. He did what he did, and he was Ben by complaining.
Oh.
Because he sees all my... This is a close friend of mine. He sees all my anti-Melee... the, like, 2 anti-Melee tweets I made. But, like, I don't even, like, hate Melee... Or, like, yeah, I don't even, like, watch Melee enough to, like, hate on it or anything. Because they're long ways from dead. So that's why I was, like, really surprised that Joey decided to cut it. Because it was probably making him a lot of money. So I was like, yeah, there's no reason for Joey to cut it out. And you
But
know what?
when-
Joey did the wholesome thing and cut it out and make room for, actual tournaments with variety.
Hey, but Ultimate, everyone's here. Every Melee character is in Ultimate, so you don't need Melee anymore. There you go.
I don't follow Smash either. Also, Anti got... What's his name? Not Anti. Some guy got released from... It's like Liquid Salem or something. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, it was
Liquid
Salem.
Salem.
Salem did other things. I mean, after the announcement, he just said, finally, and then he did some other things. It wasn't even just that. A bunch of other things made him get dropped. I don't want to get into that because I don't know enough to really speak to it.
But I'm very glad that the Smash community can make a bunch of memes of him getting kicked off of Liquid.
Executed.
And everyone's...
Melee got executed live on stream.
For 3 minutes when they showed him that tribute video.
I was watching... Someone, compiled Melee players who were watching the stream. And, their responses to that, and they were just funny.
I just saw Hungry Boxes.
Where he's just on the floor.
Yeah. That was good.
I saw one where some guy, had a whole predictions list of, games that are definitely there, games that might be there, and games that have no chance of getting in. And SamSho and Eunice weren't on his list at all.
Yeah.
He just pulls up his list, and he's like, what is this?
It's perfect.
I'm hyped for SamSho, too.
Yeah. I really want to learn it because the game just looks pretty. Also, sprites are cool.
Sprites are cool.
But now they've gone into the 3D realm.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
New aesthetics looks cool.
Yeah.
I need my boy Kazuki Kazama to come back. If he does.
I just wish they... It's my personal thing where I don't really like its art style too much with the new one. Just because I've seen a lot of the Street Fighter 4 graphics, even though I never really grew up on it or played it.
I like Street Fighter 4. I don't know. The ink effect Street Fighter 4 had a lot. It was super cool. At least I liked it.
It's just, I saw it's little static shading. Where the shading is a little static thing behind it and it's always moving. That kind of...
I know what you're saying.
I saw that. It's just that I've seen that too much.
I don't have an issue with it, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Grand Blue got news yesterday. My boy Lil Wayne is in the game. He looks so cool. I'm excited.
Cool.
My only thing is, so out of all the characters that were leaked so far, because the Grand Blue logo has all the character weapons on it of what we assume who are all going to be in the game. Well, all the characters who are currently in the game have their weapons in the logo. And apparently, whoever put together the chart of that missed Lil Wayne's weapon. So no one expected Lil Wayne to be in. But yeah, if you look back at the logo, his little sickles in the logo.
Was it at the tip of Fairy's whip? That's what I remember.
Yeah, it was right.
That's fucking sick.
Some guy overlapped it with the weapons in Grand Blue. And because of how he overlapped it, all the images, it covered up his sickle a little bit, so you couldn't tell. But if you look at the original logo, it's there.
A little, the last fifth of Lil Wayne's dagger where it just...
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't actually seen it. Neither do I play Grand Blue Fantasy, but they have really good character designs.
I played it a bit, and I only log in when they have free rolls. Game's fun.
I don't want to start hoarding on that. I can barely keep up with one or two.
I
already just log in for Fire Emblem. The game hasn't really changed or added anything cool. So I'm at 300 orbs for Fire Emblem, just waiting for something decent or cool. Girls Frontline I'm playing, yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised we only got one character, because it's been so long since the original announcement. And I figured the game's going to be here eventually, but...
It feels like it's going to be here really close. If they... I would have expected them to have, a booth at EVO.
They're definitely going to. I'm surprised if you can play it. I'm just hoping they do the Revelator thing, where they give us a beta that just lasts until the game comes out with everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
They did that with Sign?
Revelator. Sign the Rev.
Okay.
Was it Rev 2? I want to say it was Rev.
Definitely not Rev 2. Rev 2 wasn't even at some major tournament. Or the announcement. I just remember them showing online the bike-in, answer bike-in trailer.
Yeah, I remember some tournaments just straight up ran the Rev
Beta.
demo. Beta, yeah.
That seems like a really neat, yeah.
Yeah, I want that again. They haven't really done that since. Like, they've done some small betas with Dragon Ball, but they didn't do what they did with Rev, and I think Rev was really neat. Like, it was just versus. All you had was versus mode, and I think training. And so BBTAG did do something similar to that. So they actually did that too. But you didn't have a training room, so you had to, like... I literally had tape on a PS4 controller to simulate a character blocking and teching. So I had tape to hold the stick to down back, and I had a button held down so it would tech.
You said the stick.
On the PS4 pad.
Okay. You're making me worried when you say you put tape on a stick.
No. Like, see, I had the PS4 pad right there.
Yeah.
I had the analog stick tape down back.
Yeah, when you were everyone, there was a bunch of fan art of Yukiko getting beat up. It's like, yep. Jesus.
Because she could heal herself. So I had a macro for healing.
Yeah, I remember. Well. I remember TSB running the BBTAG. Actually, you know what? Arxis gave him a BBTAG setups before the game came out.
That's wild. I don't remember that. It's crazy. Speaking of BBTAG, I wanted to get into that as well. So, people were like surprised how we didn't get another Ruby character. We got Heart instead. And anyone who says they're surprised we didn't get a Ruby character clearly doesn't understand what Arxis is trying to do with this game. Because, so they revealed the 5th Fate, and that's clearly where they were going. All the 4 Ruby characters are in. If you want Neapolitan, you want that guy with the cane. I don't keep up with Ruby.
Man.
You're not getting them. Let me just say that. You got your 4 Ruby characters, and that's what you get. Everyone's now like, oh, I wonder what other Arcana Heart characters we're going to get. You're not getting any more Arcana Heart characters. So, in an interview a while ago, Mori stated that he wanted to have 9 Fates in this game. And that seemed like wishful thinking. But now, if you take a look at the new grid of the blocks, you have 6 Fates now, the 6th one coming up, and you have 3 slots for 3 more Fates in the middle and on the left and right. That'll make a perfect diamond. So we are going to be getting, whatever the 6th Fate is, 7th Fate's going to get revealed. We're going to get 1 character from 7th Fate, 8th Fate gets revealed. That's where I'm betting my money that that's where this game is headed. And yeah, you're not getting any more Arcana characters. You're not getting any more Ruby characters. You're not getting any more of what the 6th Fate is. Which is still kind of weird, because the Senran Kagura leak a while ago had 2 voices. And if they're only doing one-offs, I don't know if that's even true. I don't know, we'll see.
2 offs then.
Yeah, maybe they might do that. Or unless they're saving those Senran Kagura leaks and doing, like, the last Fate is Senran, and they add, like, 2 or 4 more, or just they have 1 big pack for the last Fate. I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. But that's my guess. It's light blue. So the next one, I've heard Fate, Sword Art, and I just say it's Kai because I think it's funny.
Guilty Gear sprites would be really fucking cool.
And it would be brand new, too. They'd make a new sprite. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying, like, I doubt if they do Guilty Gear, I doubt they'd do Soul. They'd do another pick. They do an oddball.
They'd do someone new from like Elfeld. Oh no.
Oh, you're right. They'd put Elfeld.
They would put a not a classic Guilty Gear character, like someone that came out.
Someone who defines Xrd. Who I would say is like Elfeld or Ram, because they were like the new ones.
Ram doesn't seem like one.
She was the boss of Sign.
Yeah.
So that's why that's what I think.
But like Elfeld, like they gave her another costume, and they've kept the old ones. Like, man, you see her a lot more than Ram.
Yeah.
Also, just because Elfeld's a better character than Ram.
Way better character. Ram sucks. But yeah, I just want to bring that up for BBTAG because I hear that a lot, and I don't want to comment on every post talking about this. I also don't want to waste my time because if people want to think they're getting another Ruby character, that's fine. I'm not gonna waste my breath. And if they do, hell, cool. That's neat. Neapolitans is a cool character design, but we're not getting them.
Yeah, I don't.
Someone quote this exact part when a new Ruby character gets announced.
I'll be
And
good.
at me, cowards.
Yeah, I don't follow BBTAG that much, so that's why I don't have too much to say on it. But if Mori did say he wanted 9 fates, then that like 1 or 2 offs of each fate is pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and I know how it's... And, like, you can even tell how it's going to be with how they did the last one. Like, the 5th fate made an X, and they added the 6th fate. It got moved to the bottom, moved to the top. 7th fate's going to be in the middle. Once they get the 8th fate, 7th fate goes to the left, 8th fate's on the right, 9th fate smack in the middle. And that's just my guess.
You know, if they are aiming for 9, I'm predicting it. He's just
Who do you want? I know you don't play BB Tag, but who do you want to see in a
I don't play fighters. I don't even play anything other than Guilty Gear. What I see them doing is they just release 4 new fates at the same time and just 1 character from each, if they really are going for 9.
Yeah, I can see that.
But they can also just, you know, let's update Blaze Blue at a steady pace and just do one fate every other month, every couple months.
What I see them doing is next patch is 3 Blaze Blue characters and 6 fate. Patch after that is going to be 1 Persona, Unist, and Blaze Blue, one from each, and then 7th fate, and they'll just do that. 3 Blaze Blue, 8th fate, 1 of each, 9th fate. Unless they, do it. Or, like, 9th fate is just, bam, 4 Senran Kagura characters. I want Senran Kagura in the game.
Do you even play Senran Kagura?
I played Senran Kagura, yeah.
I just know they have that Switch game where it has that advanced vibration.
Vince is doing, like, this hand motion, this very suggestive.
Well, the developers literally did that in the interview, and they were, like, comparing that, like, water balloon with the fucking Joy-Con.
Because they wanted the Joy-Con to feel like a titty.
I guess. To vibrate like one.
Yeah, that's so weird. Japan's weird.
But they're also on point with their merch and their commercial and their promotional shit. That's why there's just such a thing as Japanese commercials. They're just big brained.
There. Speaking of you not playing any other fighing games, you were at least trying Samurai Showdown 5 Special.
No, was I really though? Because I was just playing buttons and almost falling asleep.
Samurai Showdown 5.
Not because SamSho was boring, is because I was.
He was fucking dead.
Yeah.
He can't survive past midnight when he's at anyone else's place.
Well, at least here, because see the night before I was trying to stream DDR.
Oh yeah.
On Guilty Gear. I have some weird thing where I'm not allowed to sleep in when I want to because my body won't let me.
I feel that. But yeah, SamSho. I've been playing that a bit. I've been showing some local people that game as well. They like it. It's very simple. It's just like single buttons into special cancel, no long combos, mostly neutral. Jump-ins, dedicated overhead, dedicated throw button, stuff like that.
What's the deal with the fastest overhead?
Yes, so Ukyo has a 3-frame overhead it's a TK motion in a game with 0 startup. So it's like you have a 6-frame low, that's +5, so it combos into the overhead, and then you just have a 3-frame overhead. They can make them both meaty, so good luck. I mean, in a game without real big combos, it's fine, I guess. It's just neat. Like, just checking out these old games and see. Cause I'm curious to see what exactly they left in for the new Samurai Showdown. Like, are they gonna add combos? Like, so if you look at the current trailers, the damage output is insane. Like, Haomaru's Super did like 70%. It's insane.
It looks like I thought I remember them saying that was how it was in the old games as well.
It was, yeah.
Perfect.
how Maru could touch of dead people. So you have, it's A, B, C, D. A is like a light, B is a medium. A and B together are a heavy. C is kick, like a dedicated kick button. They have their own properties. Normally fast, safe, if not plus. And then you have D, which is your dedicated like movement and system mechanics. Back D is like a hop in place that has some invul. It's similar to a backdash. Normal backdashes are just movement. They don't have invul. You have a forward roll or forward hop that has invul. Forward D. Normal D is you charge one of the other system mechanics. And it's just neat. So like the heavy attacks in this game consume the stamina bar at the top of the screen. The stamina bar, if it's depleted, doesn't hurt. Like you don't lose moves. You don't need the stamina to do these moves, but you expend stamina to do them. And the lower your stamina is, the lower your damage multiplier is. So the only thing that happens when you have low stamina is you do less damage. So you're gonna want to chill a bit, just play defensive, let your stamina come back so you can do more damage later. Neat concept. We don't know too much about the new Samurai Showdown game aside from like some of the characters and some very minor mechanics. So I'm curious to see what all they bring back. And how they do supers, because they have a rage mechanic in the old game. And I want to know if supers are still tied to a rage mechanic, or if they actually have a super meter now. So I'm curious on all that. I'm excited for that game.
I'm just curious.
I miss SamSho.
I'm just curious if they're going to add in all the little fatality-looking kills.
Oh, the instant kills they have?
Oh, is that what they
Or the suicides?
What are those in SamSho?
So in SamSho,
like you can straight up cut someone in half or stuff like that.
Cut off
their arm? I don't know.
Yeah, they're like Mortal Kombat brutalities almost. If you end a match with a sword normal, you cut them in half. Either cut them in half vertically, horizontally, diagonally. Cut their head off, cut their arm off. It depends on the move. And considering how much blood they showed in the trailer, I imagine like how Maru's just soaked in blood in the trailer, so I assume they're gonna keep that.
That's the girl I played?
Nagaruru?
I don't know. You tell me. Did I?
Yeah, it was Nagaruru.
Yeah, I just remember in the first trailer, she just like stabs someone and you just see a bunch of blood splatter, I guess.
Yep.
In the new trailer. Yeah. So like I said,
she says go Menasai and pulls it out.
Yeah. So like what I was saying like a week ago, there's just like a special place in my heart for like Mortal Kombat violence because I played Mortal Kombat 2 and Street Fighter 2 preschool. And okay. I just remember enjoying like the fatalities and stuff. Even I don't even remember if I knew how to do them, but
and SamSho did have instant kills. It had suicides too. You could just kill yourself whenever you wanted for free. No meter, no nothing, you just died.
I swear they added that in Mortal Kombat 3 or something. But like I used to go and like go through YouTube clips of just watching the old Mortal Kombat games, fatalities, because I never really played Mortal Kombat. So when I saw SamSho, he's like, that game looks really cool. I don't really know much of the gameplay, but it's aesthetically pleasing.
I only played 9 for a very little bit.
I played the single player. I also
never touched 10.
I guess the first no, not the first Mortal Kombat, just because I didn't really have. Oh, this perfectly segues into like having what I wrote on the docket is like what consoles we played growing up. Well, after Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis, my next Mortal Kombat was Mortal Kombat 9, which I played, single player of.
I played the original. I had a Genesis. That was like the first console I really had.
Oh wait, not Mortal Kombat 9. Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Oh boy, I played that at a friend's place and it was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't know it was
terrible. They had
terrible.
to really tone down the fatalities because of the DC license. So when you wrote consoles growing up on the docket, I thought you wanted to talk about the next generation of console, like PS5, and like you knew something I didn't.
No, we're not going to the future. We're going back to the past.
Okay, so that's what I thought you meant, like the current generation growing up.
Nah, so the reason I wrote that was it's kind of fucked up that I did not know about the GameCube or the N64 until the Wii was already out.
To the Wii U?
Or no, the Wii.
The Wii.
So like the Wii was already out, or the Wii came out, and that's when I realized the GameCube and N64 existed.
So I was in a similar boat. I had a Genesis, and I was young. I really didn't use the internet that much because, like, some of my parents just never really. They just thought I never needed it, and I didn't really need it. So I had a bunch of fighting games back then too. It just never. I feel like I talked about that on a previous cast. I had Genesis, and then I went right to like a Game Boy Color, and then to a game. I never had an N64, and then so I had GameCube. And the GameCube is the first time I actually like started following when games came out. Before, I would just walk into a game store and look at their used Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games, and just buy whatever I wanted. I didn't know when game release dates were. That's something I didn't follow. Because I was young and I just played whatever I had.
Man, I still remember when Game Boy Advance games were still at GameStop. I guess, is it just Game? No, that's Game Boy. And then there's Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
So Game Boy is the big square. Game Boy Advance is the rectangle. Yeah, I still remember buying like Pokemon Ruby / Sapphire at GameStop. And they came in little cardboard squares. And they were cool. And they were somewhat shiny because it was Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Yep. So I didn't go to GameStop all that much growing up. I had a place called Microplay. That was a small game store that I went to all the time to get games. It was right near the mall where my family went to a lot. So on the way home, I'd be like, hey, can we just run by Microplay? I have my allowance. I want to go get whatever the hell I can afford. And I bought whatever game I saw. That's how I found Battle Network. That's how I found Mega Man and Base. That's how I found Mega Man Star Force later. That was even DS. Holy shit. I really did not follow release dates that often. I only knew when Pokemon came out for the Game Boy because they showed commercials on like Cartoon Network for when new Pokemon games were coming out. And that's like the only thing I knew.
I don't even remember Game Boy Advance commercials. I don't remember seeing those at all. But
new Pokemon coming out.
Oh, okay. You want to briefly go on that real quick?
I'll just segue that real quick.
Right.
We have like barely any information.
All the Scottish memes are great.
The new female character is cute as fuck.
Yeah. I don't even remember what the male character looks like.
Yeah,
you see no art of him.
He's just generic, dude. Are you even getting it? You don't have a Switch, right?
Nah, not yet. I don't even know when I'm gonna get a Switch because I do want to play the Fire Emblem game. But I played through Sun or Moon. I liked it.
That's the only one I missed.
I played Moon. Okay, let's talk about Pokemon a little bit. I stopped at Pokemon Pearl because I don't even remember stuff before the Victory Road, but I just know that I stopped at the Victory Road. And then I missed out on Black and White and Black and White 2. I heard Black, White, and 2 were OD.
I didn't play Black or White 2. I didn't play Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire.
I missed out on their animated sprites.
Yep.
And the fact that they had like the old battle subway or whatever where you can battle all the old leaders and they had remixed music. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that stuff's cool. I did miss that. I didn't play Sun and Moon. I played everything else. I brought this up this past week too with the new Pokemon announcement. Me and my brother growing up, we always got different versions. And I hear how siblings do that all the time. They're like, no, you cannot get the same version as me.
Whenever I play multiplayer games with people, I gotta make sure we're all playing different classes. Like in Vermintide.
What the fuck is Vermintide?
Warhammer Vermintide 2, you're like these characters, right? And you just go hacking and slashing at these goblins and ghouls.
Okay. Sure.
Same with I can't have more than people playing the same character. Same with D&D. It feels wrong.
I feel that. But yeah, me and my brother, it's not that we were like, no, you can't get the same version as me. We literally never wanted the same version. Ever. We always, like, the new game came out, and we always already wanted the other one compared to the other. We never actually, argued over which version who was getting. It was even funny because like this was all through Pokemon. Like I had gold, he had silver. I had ruby, he had sapphire. I got black, he got white. And even not even just Pokemon, even in like fucking Metabots AX, I had Metabee, he had Rakusho. Battle Network, I had Leo, he had Pegasus, I think was the other one, first Mega Man Star Force. But yeah, there was just a lot of stuff like that just it's just funny. It's just funny how that works.
Because you said you didn't even talk to each other or discuss which version each of you were getting. So like by the time you bought it, you realized?
Yeah, so this happened when I was in college. Pokemon X and Y came out. My brother was saying, "Hey, you getting the new Pokemon?" I was like, I thought about it. It looks cool. I'll probably get it. So I go to the store and I buy Y, and then I go home from college on break for whatever, and I see he got X. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad this is still going. Out of Sword and Shield, I don't know which I'm getting. I'm waiting to see the Legendary. So it's funny because Black and White was the first game where I'm like, oh no, me and my brother are gonna want the same game, because I remember him saying he wanted white version. He didn't care what it was. He just wanted white version. And I'm like, oh no, I want the white. Like I wanted a Reshiram, the white legendary, but they ended up being reversed. Oh. So black had the white legendary and white had black. So it worked out. It was perfect.
So did Pokemon White have the black legendary creature on the cover?
Yeah. So it had the white background with the black legendary, and the black had the white legendary to make them each pop on the cover.
Okay.
So that ended up working out perfectly. It's just stuff like that that's funny. So, Scorbunny's cool. I'm probably going to pick Scorbunny. I swear to God, if he's another firefighting, I'm going to be so upset. We already have we have Blaziken, we have Infernape, and we have Emperor.
It'd be funny if they first revealed the final evolutions first. As if those were the final evolutions. That'd be pretty funny.
Oh, you mean like they don't reveal what they look like as starters?
Like the starters they showed us, right?
Yeah.
What if those were their final forms?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're too small.
Sobble can't be... That can't be a final form. He looks like such a bitch.
The bitch MCs I hate in anime.
Grookey Gang can fuck off. Sobble Squad can fuck off. It's all about Scorbunny.
The fire one just seems so unoriginal, I guess.
He's great. He looks like the goddamn Trix Rabbit. I love it.
Like he's the one that, out of all the starters, they just seems like the most one that's pulled designs off of other Pokemon.
Hope he's fire normal. That seems cool.
Yikes.
What?
Normal.
But then you give him Giga Impact, and Giga Impact has same type bonus with 150 power.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Normal Pokemon are cool.
They just
aren't
good against anything.
I think it's just dual types that have normal kind of stuff.
I'm worried it's gonna be Fire Fairy, honestly. Fire normal would be cool, but I don't know if they do that. I just don't want another fire fighting. We have so many.
That's such a meme though. So of course you don't want another fire fighting.
And Incineroar was supposed to be firefighting, but they made him dark because they didn't want to have another firefighting.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because everyone else got their second type. Well, actually, never mind because one lost his type because he died and became a Phantom Owl.
What?
The one that lost flying and turned ghost. The one with the arrow, the leaf.
Oh, did he turn ghost?
Rowlet.
Did he turn ghost?
The Sideye or whatever. He's got his little wing. He's got a green hood and his wings.
Yeah, I know him.
Fires arrows.
He's ghost? That's so weird.
I thought you were the one that literally pulled it up. Oh, no, that was James.
No, that was James pulled it up. James could not be here today. I don't know
why.
He was here yesterday.
More like we couldn't record yesterday because I was dead.
Yeah.
And we wanted to play Eunice.
Eunice is fun.
I have to learn games.
Do you?
I have to learn Under Night and I have to learn fighting games.
You stopped doing 6C with Wagner.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because it's...
You need to learn how to be plus.
Yeah. It was stagger pressure I'm not good at. Because it's weird because I was good at stagger pressure in Dragon Ball where I like delay shit, but I feel like it's because I can't stop like autopiloting. Oh, I gotta get my buttons and do rebeat on Wagner. Oops, not doing stagger pressure.
What I mean by learn, like Wagner just is Wagner shits plus ratings. The problem is he'll do like 2-2-C, and then instead of leaving a gap or tick throwing, or he'll just do a block string.
Yeah. Oops.
like I'll be mashing chain shift OS, and it's just not coming out because you're doing a block string the whole time instead of trying to bait out chain shift. Because like if I'm doing chain shift OS and you just wait and don't do anything, that's like the scariest thing because now we're even and you have a DV. And your Wagner, who just shits plus frames.
See, I don't ever have to worry about stagger pressure on Slayer. It's a new concept for me.
Just dandy into everything.
And backdashing.
When you found out 2P, 2S is a frame trap.
Well, I thought it was a block string, but it isn't. But it's still like a Gatling. I don't know how tight the thing is because I was doing block first hit only, right? And then then the dummy would just get hit by the 2S.
That means it's not a block string.
Yeah.
Samurai Showdown actually didn't have that. If you stopped blocking, even if you were in block stun, you just got hit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if the new game is gonna have that or not. We'll see. It's an older game. Well, the one Samurai Showdown 5 special. Don't play 5. Play 5 special. 5 sucks.
Before we got into the Pokemon talk. Yeah, so I didn't hear about the N64 or the GameCube until like more of the later Game Boy Advance games. So I guess Emerald and Ruby and stuff. Because then, I was looking up like shit on Cerebi.net.
Yeah.
And then you see on the side, what's Pokemon Coliseum? Shit, there was a 3D Pokemon, and you can hook up your Game Boy Advance games in the GameCube, and then you unlock stuff with each other. I don't know.
That's how you could get the legendaries Suicune, Entei, and Raikou.
Wasn't that how you can get Surfing Pikachu? I have no idea.
Surfing Pikachu wasn't that game. It was something else. I had all the weird shit. It's like Suicune, Entei, and Raikou you could get through there. So a bunch of my friends, I just got like I would restart the game, play through, get Suicune, Entei, Raikou. It's like, yo, who wants Suicune, Entei, or Raikou? And they would trade me like level 100 shit for these. So I didn't have. So I just played Coliseum over and over and got people Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, and they got me really strong Pokemon in return.
I haven't played Coliseum, but I feel like I remember people saying not good things about Coliseum. Or was it great?
Coliseum has a lot of issues.
Well, hold on, was it Coliseum or isn't there like Gale of Darkness, or are they the same? Are they separate games or the same game?
Separate games. One serves as kind of a sequel. I can get into that. Fuck it, why not?
Yes. Please.
So, Pokemon Coliseum, you play as a really good character design person who runs away in a motorcycle with his Espeon and Umbreon with a device he stole from his old evil organization that was made to steal Pokemon from people who already captured them. So, you could put a ball into his hand, charge it, and then throw the ball, and it'll overwrite the seal on someone else's Pokeball. And he ended up using this for good. This game had Shadow Pokemon that had all these stupid Shadow moves. And you would steal them to remove the Shadow from them and essentially save them. And so he ended up doing that for the whole game. It was a very neat concept because there was no wild Pokemon. You just stole them from trainers.
Oh my god.
Which was also weird.
You stole the evil Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah, and you stole the evil Pokemon and you saved them. And then, like, you got all, like, the Johto starters from here. You got the legendary dogs I just mentioned. And there was a lot of other cool things. Like, I know later on they had, like, Shadow Tauros, Exeggutor, a lot of like rare stuff to find in the gens at the time. And it was just cool, very neat concept, but a very small Pokemon selection. Like you were very limited on what you could and couldn't get. Then Gale of Darkness introduced a new character with a different arm that didn't steal Pokemon. It only stole shadows. So you couldn't use it in a real battle. They added it so it wasn't as dark. It wasn't just like, this arm can steal everything. It's like, no, it can only steal shadows. And there was way more shadows in Gale of Darkness. There was a whole wild Pokemon thing. There was a very few Pokemon that were in the wild scenarios. It was neat. I didn't like the character or the way the character design was so good in Coliseum. I'll pull that up. Have you seen him? The Coliseum character?
Don't remember him. I haven't played the game, so I don't.
Oh my god, I'm pulling this up while I'm talking about it. But yeah, Gale of Darkness introduced a new little bitch. And I don't like him. His design's just bad. You able to get the legendary birds in Gale of Darkness, as well as Lugia, which is what the thing was. Shadow Lugia was all dark purple and stuff. And that, speaking of like Pokemon you could get through other things, it's like when they had Pokemon. You remember Pokemon Rangers? Did you play Pokemon Rangers?
A little bit. I did want to play it. It did look neat, but I just never bought it.
It was a neat concept.
So I would play it on my friend's DS a bit.
You could get Jirachi from it, and you could then port the Jirachi to your actual game. Okay. There was another game that had Celebi. I forget what game that was. I feel like I had both those games. I got Jirachi from Rangers. I don't remember where Celebi was. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, ruining your DS screen, that was still mad fun. Don't get me wrong.
Did it ruin your DS screen?
No, because I never bought the game. But just literally the gameplay is fucking nice.
Oh yeah, Coliseum had Kyogre and Groudon in it too.
Were they shadow forms?
There's on the cover. If you want, just look it up. God, where's this character though? He's so cool.
Was he the protagonist, antagonist?
Protag. Yeah, look at him on the left there. He's just a little edgy boy.
He looks familiar, yep. What was the other character? The other protagonist?
Oh, yeah, here's a better shot of him. We can put these links up in the chat.
Nah, you can just literally search Pokemon Coliseum.
Can you?
Me not right now, because you're doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'll go back into...
Were we going for that? Yeah, just continue off that.
Yeah, I'm going back to consoles growing up. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't like him.
So this was in the first Coliseum?
This was Gale of Darkness.
What? Oh my... He's who you played in the second game?
Yeah, they're different characters.
Yeah, of course.
But he's who you played in the second game.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Yikes.
And that arm's not near as cool as the big metal one on the other one.
I feel like that's kind of... it reminds me of the character design from Xenoblade to Xenoblade 2. Because you get Shulk. I've never played Xenoblade. I just know them from Smash. But, like, Shulk just seems cooler than whatever protagonist the second game is.
Yeah, he looks like but the girls are better. And
yeah.
Can't argue
No
that.
arguments.
You're like, look, that robot arm's just cooler.
That's a robot arm?
Yeah, it's the one that steals Pokemon.
Okay, I thought it was just part of his uniform or whatever.
Well, I mean, the arm, it goes over his arm. He's not missing an arm.
Yeah.
But it's just cool. Coliseum was okay.
Consoles growing up. The earliest one I had was the Game Boy Color. I had one of those little... I had, like, the Mario games. Like, 2 Mario games for the Game Boy Color. Or Game Boy, whatever. But I also had, like, 2 of those demo cartridges where it's, like, 1 Game Boy Color cartridge. And it had, like, 100 games.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
So, but then you could only play, like, 2 minutes of each one.
I know PlayStation demo discs. I remember those.
I don't know those.
I had one of those discs.
You know, I might have had one PlayStation.
There was 3 colored discs that had demos on it. I forget which one I had. It was the one with the gecko on it and Bloody Rage.
Like
Bloody Roar. That one.
Is that the gecko one?
No, Bloody Roar was a fighting game where people turn into animals. It was really bad.
The gecko one, you're only making me think of that. Was it Gex?
Yeah, it was Gex.
Was it Gex? I don't know Gex. I just see other people.
It was Gex.
I just saw...
I forgot the name.
I've just seen people make videos with Gex. Like Mega 64 or that Matty B Flash animation with Gex and his Pokemon spoofs.
Yeah, it was Gex. Consoles.
Game Boy Colors. Did you have the Game Boy Color?
I didn't have the original Game Boy. I just had a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I had the yellow one. Or I guess
I
it was my
had-
brother's, but we all shared it technically.
Fuck. I think I had a blue one.
Anyways, Crystal. Pokemon Crystal was a fucking masterpiece. I had Pokemon Green.
I had red and blue.
Yeah, I did have red or blue after that, but like green was like the original imported
See, that's
one
weird.
with fucked up translations or whatever.
I had red and blue. I got blue, and then I bought red later because I just wanted. I don't know why I wanted red.
Yeah.
And my brother wanted yellow. I don't know why he wanted yellow.
Because yellow is the middle ground.
Yeah, he wanted yellow.
So that makes sense. Yeah, I also
That
had
was the
yellow.
only oddball one we had growing up.
But like that demo cartridge of Game Boy games, it's like 101. You could only play like 2 minutes of Pokemon Red and Blue. That's the only.
It's so weird.
That's my only experience with playing Harvest Moon was in that 2-minute demo cartridge, and it was fun. Other random Game Boy games like some pool game. After that, actually, you know what? During that, I also had a PS1, and I distinctly remember Crash Nitro Kart. What was it? I forgot the name of the Crash racing game for PS1. Crash Team Racing. That's why I was so hyped for the remaster. It's like, I'm buying that on PC.
Are you?
Yes, because I like racing games.
Where's the F-Zero remaster?
I almost wish... I don't wish that you didn't show me that, because F-Zero is cool.
It is.
And it deserves longing for one.
It
if that
deserves
makes
everything.
sense. Yeah.
I miss it.
I was going to say, man, I wish you didn't show me F-Zero, because now I have to endure the pain of not getting one. But you know what? It's the pain that lets you enjoy the things in life.
It is.
PS1. I also played Gran Turismo.
I did not play Gran Turismo.
After the PS1, you got the
I
PS2.
played Cool Borders.
What was that for?
That was on PS1.
Okay.
Cool Borders and Jet Moto. Those were other racing games. Jet Moto was cool.
It's weird that I don't remember playing any of the other PS1 Crash games, but I distinctly remember playing the Crash game for PS2, where that one bigger ally came in.
Oh.
He was a bad guy at first.
Yeah, he was one of the bosses.
Yep.
Because I love Crash Bandicoot Warped. It's like the only one I played. And I wanted to get the Insane Trilogy just to play Warped again, but I just haven't.
I wish I played Twin Sanity when it came out. I did end up buying it like way later when I started rebuying all my PS2 stuff. Yeah, back when I rebought PS2 stuff from GameStop. The PS2 itself, I also didn't realize the PS2 Slim existed, so you saw my PS2 that I brought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's mad slim.
It is. It's so slim.
And I bought all of the old PS2 games I used to play. Yeah, during that time, PS2 and Game Boy Advance was, I guess, what I grew up with. And I did not really know about the GameCube or the N64 prior.
I barely even touched the N64 like ever, which was unfortunate.
I don't know how I didn't know about it.
N64. I had a Genesis. That's what I played.
Okay, you went from a Genesis to... What's your gamer history?
Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color and Advance for portables. And then I went to GameCube for bigger consoles. And as I said, I just kind of played whatever games were there. I didn't really know about release dates until later.
Why is the Game Boy Advance literally the best handheld of all time, if you think about it?
It's okay.
It's just this little square. And then it's got its own backlight. I feel like that was probably like a revolutionary thing, if you think about it.
Well, no, the Game Boy Advance, the SP, Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had its own backlight.
Yeah, I never had the Game Boy Advance. I just had the SP.
I had every console. I had, everything after Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance SP. I don't know why my parents bought me to have this shit. I probably just said I wanted it, so they got it.
Yeah, I'm surprised they got mine too.
Because I went from Game Boy Advance to SP, and they're literally the same thing. And then I had a DS. I had a DS Lite. Then I had... Yeah, I don't know why I got a DS. Oh, my DS... I, lost my DS for a while. And I broke because the hinges on the original DS sucked.
Oh, I didn't have the DS that that chunky absolute unit. I just had the DS Lite, white one. The hinges started flapping around, then that died, and then I got another one recently. Not recently, but like a while after.
Yeah, DS had very flimsy hinges. For a console going to be used a lot by children.
But it was like mad good, if you think about it.
It was okay.
And it had backwards compatibility.
Oh, do you remember those on the Game Boy Advance? Those card scanners. Do you remember those? You put a cartridge in that had a scanner on it, and you swiped cards through it.
Nope.
You don't remember that?
For
yeah, there was a whole line.
For?
What?
What were they for?
It was a bunch of games on like cards. You swiped them, and you got to play a bunch of like mini games. And a lot of Pokemon cards at the time had barcodes on the side you could swipe through as well. That had their own mini games. It was a concept that died on arrival.
Aw. I don't know anything about the Pokemon trading card game.
I like barely played it. I played like a bunch of card games growing up.
Nah, I just had Yu-Gi-Oh.
I had Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Duel Masters.
I had Bionicles.
I had Bionicles. Bionicles are dope.
I told myself, oh, if I take apart this thing, I can make something creative. And then I don't know if I actually did make something creative out of those broken parts.
First line of Bionicles are still the best. The Metro Nui.
I just remember the green Bionicle in the movie where he was silly. Do you remember the Bionicles, Al?
I never watched Bionicles.
It's a toy. Okay, whatever. Where are we going from this? Oh yeah, consoles.
Stuff growing up.
Like that.
Well, hold up. Let's talk. Okay, Bionicles. What else did I have? I had Battle Beat 'em On.
I think we talked about Beat 'em On before. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we did.
I had one. I never actually used it. It just sat on my shelf because it looked cool. So I got it as a gift.
I played a good chunk of Beat 'em On with my brother. There was we figured out the secret tech where, well, they also have like special parts where like, oh, if you attach this trigger in the back, it'll give it more power. Or if you add this reload stock in the back, you got rapid fire, right?
Did you?
Well, they had like specific parts that.
I thought my friend had the big thing you put that had all the balls in it, so you could actually play the game.
They did have like a mode where there was just like this big target thing in the back, and you would like look through it as a scope.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
The little reload thing in the back, it was like in the shape of a T.
Yeah, the one I had one of those scope things.
Mm-hmm. We had a Fisher Price 3-in-1 pool table air hockey kind of thing, and we played Beat 'em on that. They had an anime.
It did.
Ready, set, beat 'em on.
I don't remember the anime.
The challenge was made. Ready to play. I don't remember too much.
Yeah, I had Beyblade.
Beyblade, of course.
I had Bakugan.
Bakugan was much later.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't really watch it or play it.
I played it very low.
Because I was already set with Beat 'em on and
Bakugan had a very shitty marketing thing where it was supposed to be like random TCG style what you got, but the issue was the packaging. They were sets. So the Bakugan were closed in the packages, but if you knew what it was, so like example, there was this one Bakugan, the strongest I think was like 700 power at the time. The one I needed, I knew because it always came in the same pack of 3. So I could go to the store and be like, oh, here it is. It has these 3. So I know this one that's closed is 700 power, which is the strongest in the game at the time. So I could go and look at the packaging and know which one had the strongest character in the game. And it was just a flawed system for a game, honestly. Then you had scalpers who also knew that, who would go to the store and just buy out all the best shit and just flip it online. It was kind of white.
I never really looked stuff online for like multiplayer toys.
Multiplayer.
Yo, remember when Beyblade had like stats? Like, oh, the green. You remember the green guy? The one with the green. Like he had like.
Drasil. I
don't remember these fucking names. He had like blonde hair and he had the green Beyblade.
Well, Drasil was the green Beyblade's name. The monster from the green Beyblade.
Okay.
The Bit Beast.
I just remember that he was like defensive.
Yes, there was. Drasil was defensive. Dronzer was the Firebird. Dragoon was the one that spun to the left. And Trigger was the Tiger that had like a speed stat or something. I don't know. Beyblade. I was super into Beyblade.
So was I.
Beyblade was cool.
And my siblings. We all screamed at each other while we...
Speaking of which...
Because, you know, the anime summoned like spirits, so that's why we were screaming at them.
Have you ever seen the Majin Obama restreams of Beyblade Championships?
You and Namarsh played that and showed it to me.
Just making sure we did that.
Wasn't Obama like it was like talking shit on kids Beyblades? Like that was yeah. Okay.
Look at him, he's crying because he lost the Beyblade. Yo, that's great.
When are they bringing Beyblade to the FGC? If Mario can get in, why not? Oh, you know why? Because Beyblade's shit now.
Beyblade is shit.
You know why? Okay, so...
It's that metal shit?
2 years ago when I visited...
I broke parts playing Beyblade.
I don't think they ever broke.
I had 2 attack rings break on me. One was my favorite attack ring.
The top plastic part?
Yeah.
That had the blades, quote unquote. Yeah.
Me and my brother popping off because the Beyblade broke. Because me and my brother played a lot of like the GameCube Beyblade actually. Where like one of the win conditions in the game was to break your opponent's Beyblade.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
Oh, you know what? I remember playing a Game Boy Advance Beyblade game.
I played GameCube and PS1 Beyblade.
But I feel like the Game Boy Advance one, it was more like an obstacle course.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh my
God!
God!
Oh my God, I actually remember that. We had to like move the Beyblade up across like the little flat.
Yes.
Oh my God, I forgot about that game.
I got you, Scott.
We peaked hella on the Audacity, but
that's fine.
Holy shit.
That just means we're popping off. Plus,
I forgot about that.
I don't think it ever goes past 0. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yo, that's so funny.
We're still testing audio. We don't know audio.
We don't know how to podcast.
I mean, we're not trying to professional podcast or anything, but...
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
You know,
holy shit.
Speaking of popping it off of games that we both played, Mario Power Tennis. Was that the GameCube one? I don't know. We both played the GBA ones, right?
I have not. I haven't played GBA.
Were you not the one who said in my Discord that you also played the GBA Mario Tennis games?
That was not me. I had not played GBA Mario Tennis.
Then you're dead to me.
That's fine.
So, I played tennis growing up. By growing up, I mean like middle school, high school.
I did bowling. That was my thing through high school.
I guess like 4th grade and 5th grade too before I moved to Delaware. Yep. There was a Mario tennis game where the Mario characters were cameos. And you played as these random anime characters. But like, it didn't matter. It was it was a really good tennis game.
Mario Strikers was better.
I wish well, this goes back to like not having a GameCube.
So Mario Strikers on GameCube was okay. Mario Strikers Charged on the Wii is one of my favorite sports games.
I believe that it's really good. I haven't played it, but I wish I did. Because you know why? It's got that really cool graffiti-esque art style. Yeah, it's dope.
Me and my brother were constantly on the Mario Strikers Charged leaderboards. That game was fun.
It had online?
Yeah.
I never had the Wii online shit either.
It reset once a week, and there was many weeks where me and my brother were like in the top 10 or so.
I only knew about the online version when they already announced that it was closing down.
Lovely.
And then that's when I had Brawl.
Yo, Brawl Online's... People don't know how bad it could be.
I
got on Brawl Online once. Our match ended in a disconnect with no one losing a stock because we just floated around in this underwater space for 10 minutes. I swear it was 10 minutes. And then we just never went online again. It was really bad. I remember specifically, I picked Ike against some random Lucas, and it took forever. And we didn't take a stock.
Did you time each other out with stocks?
No, it's like...
Okay.
It was like a PowerPoint of Smash.
Mario Kart must have been amazing. Mario Kart Wii must have been like amazing then. I never played Mario Kart Wii.
It's just because the type of game it is, where you can, all you had to do was make it. So Mario Kart Wii, other players teleported a lot, honestly. But the way the game registered how you get hit was kind of weird. You would just randomly get hit by red shells that weren't there a second ago. Because, so when someone throws an item, it takes a little bit before it loads into your game.
Yeah.
Then it follows the same properties on everyone's game to determine who gets hit. And you always had control of your character. Other players' lag never affect you navigating the track. So, and just every once in a while, it'll catch up to the server and someone will teleport in front or behind you or something. That was kind of it. It was the way they could do the online like that. In Smash, they couldn't because, like, it would look like Street Fighter 5.
Oh, no.
Early Street Fighter 5 net play was so bad. Characters were lagging and teleporting, and then they found out that it was one-sided. One person was fine, the other person couldn't see the other guy. Which is really bad.
Consoles growing up. I went from Game Boy Advance SP and the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2 to the Nintendo DS.
GameCube, PS1, Wii, then a PS2.
I went from PS2 and DS, and then I said this before.
Then Xbox.
Then I got into the PS3 because I said, fuck paying for online. But here we are today, where the Nintendo Switch was the last of its... Nintendo Wii U was the last of paying free online. Well, I guess the PS3 was too. But yeah, PS3. Got a PS3 for Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1.
God.
Then I bought the orange box for PS3 after seeing a bunch of Gmod memes, I guess. And then that's how it shaped me today. TFT's great.
I played 360. Halo 3 was cool.
Yeah, I missed out on Halo.
Cool. I played a lot of Wii games. So that's what I had for the longest time. Then I got a Wii U on launch. That was regrettable. I got a 3DS on launch. That was regrettable. I said I would never buy a Nintendo console ever again. Now I own a Switch.
The Switch made such a big improvement.
It did,
So
but
it's-
I bought a Wii U. That's the problem.
I suppose. I didn't play my Wii U much either.
I was so excited because the Wii U was like... What's the 3DS? 3DS was the first console I bought on launch, and that was disappointing.
Well, launch 3DS was a big yikes. I think we mentioned it before.
Yeah.
It was like
I bought-
500, 400?
It was
300?
350, 400, something like that. Then it dropped like 50 or so. I want to say it was 350 because I think it dropped to 300.
Yeah.
I have to look that up. It's crazy. Then I bought Wii U on launch. That sucked. And then I just stopped buying consoles on launch.
The 3DS did not regret. I did. My first 3DS was the Pokemon Xerneas. Pokemon X 3DS. That was when Pokemon X came out. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I forgot
gotcha.
to mention. Yeah, so I dropped Pearl. I skipped out. I didn't skip out. I missed out on Black and White and Black and White 2. And I joined back in Pokemon X and it was kind of... It was meh. I still played through it, but it was just...
Pokemon's formula hasn't changed.
They kind of did, in a sense. They did make, like, all the competitive stuff easier. I didn't even know about until Pokemon X. So I didn't know about...
EVs, or whatever.
IVs
suck.
I didn't know about IVs and natures and stuff. Like, I knew why is the nature different? I never actually figured out why it was different. But
Yeah, I was like that too. I thought it was just a way to make your character feel more original. I didn't realize that actually did something stat-wise.
I think I did enjoy X and Sun. But in reality, they weren't really good.
Yeah.
Because things just felt kind of bland in X, I suppose. Especially since it was kind of easy. And you know what? They did market it for, as an introductory. It was a really good introductory Pokemon game for new people, if you think about it. But they did make it too easy, I suppose. Sun was more
Pokemon's always
enjoyable.
been too easy.
That's a no.
To what?
That's a no. Have you played Crystal or the second gen?
I played Gold.
Remember Miltank? The
Yeah.
meme?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal was an
I got
absolute
frustrated at Miltank, but it's better.
master. Yeah, that's like the one everyone remembers as being the
You
hard
get past
part.
it.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, me as a child got through the quote-unquote JRPG, so I think it's fun. Like there's games I straight up didn't finish as a kid because I was weak.
I didn't get, cause I already so I didn't even play Crystal until like way later, until after like the Game Boy Advance stuff. Cause I bought Crystal when I saw it for sale at GameStop, sitting next to a bunch of Game Boy Advance games. You know, back when they still had Game Boy Advance cartridges just sitting there. You know what? I don't even think they have Nintendo DS cartridges sitting out there anymore. Cause you know, I have 3DS cards now. Or you know what? They might not even have 3DS cards just sitting out on a display case anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I bought Cory in the House for $2.
What?
It was because this is somewhat recently. This has been high school. Just because I saw somewhere, it was either the GameStop site or some Reddit post that it was $2. That's why I wanted it for the meme. And it was just $2. And I'm surprised they even fucking had it.
Do you think everyone will be getting the meme?
No, not even that. I'm just surprised they had Cory in the House for $2 at a GameStop.
You think no one's gonna trade in their Cory in the House?
I guess. Well, I mean, like they had the Jonas Brothers for $1 at Best Buy new.
New?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot the Jonas Brothers existed.
Aren't they like coming back or something?
I don't know.
I
heard
remember
something
seeing
about
it.
them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the same.
Who cares?
Crystal. What a wonderful time of day.
I didn't get Crystal. My brother did though. I didn't need it.
Its music was godlike. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Did you play those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played those.
Didn't realize the value of Pokemon games being godlike. Man, I wish everyone probably regrets.
Did you play Leaf Green, Fire Red?
Yeah, Leaf Green.
Played those two.
That was
I
my
played Fire
first.
Red.
That was my first Game Boy Advance game when I got the Game Boy Advance.
What was it? It had those wireless connectors.
Yeah,
came with them.
that was new. Yeah.
Those were dope. They worked with everything. They just got bundled with Pokemon for some reason.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I forgot about that. It came with those games, and then it still worked as alternative to the link cable. You know what? The link cable came with.
I was the kid in school with the link cable.
I just used it with my brothers. But didn't the link cable come with the Game Boy Color? I feel like that's what you used the Game Boy Color with. Right? How else did you trade Pokemon in yellow? It was the link cable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But I remember having to buy it separately.
Yeah, probably, yeah. But what I'm saying was, yeah, the Game Boy Advance still used, like, Game Boy Color accessories. That's cool. And then they released the wireless thing, which is fucking neat.
Yep. I want to say Game Boy Advance had a separate link cable. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So I feel like it had a smaller port for
It was the purple, gray wire, another purple box in the middle where you can hook up another Game Boy or another link cable. Because if you ever want to hook up like 3 or 4 people.
All I know is I had that, and then I also had the one that connected to my GameCube, because that was how I got Suicune, Entei, and Raikou off my GameCube versions. Then they came out with like the successor to Coliseum on the Wii, where you could link your DS to it.
Yeah, that was cool. I played at my friend's house. Revolution.
Yeah, was it actually like Coliseum?
I don't think it had a single player, its own story thing. It was more of you just fight.
That's fine. I just never got it. I like the combat of Pokemon. I don't hate it, but I hate the raising of it. I like the combat system.
The meme where the old 3D games.
That I like it.
The meme where the old 3D games have better they have actual animations for attacking compared to fucking Pokemon X and Pokemon Sun battle animations, where they just stand still and they rotate and then you see particles in the 3DS games.
Or you could turn the particles off and you just see your character get hit.
Yeah. Went to PS2, PS3, TF2, League of Legends.
I never played TF2.
Not yet, but I would like to talk about TF2 with other people eventually. I'll get another crew come on.
You have to get people.
And I'll also get another crew come on if we want to talk about the subjectivity of humor, our own theories of it.
You don't want to do that now?
Nah, I want to save it for if I get someone else.
Gotcha.
Personally, I would like to save it for if I get like D Blackjack on here.
Because I want to talk about it because we have this obvious thing I want to address.
How about we just talk that specific then?
Okay, so with Eunice being in Evo, I was gonna save this for later, but
Let's talk about how the surge of Eunice's relevancy, I suppose. Let's talk about the surge of Eunice's relevancy. Relevancy.
all these people who never touched games, or the Eunice games, are now like hopping on. Like I remember seeing Punk, Street Fighter 5 player, be like, he's a Philly guy. If you know, he was one of the best, if not the best, Street Fighter 5 player. He was always saying, well, yo, this Eunice game is dope. Why did no one show this to me? I'm like, dude, you come to our Philly local. You've seen this game many times. Like, what do you mean if no one showed it? I'm sorry I didn't hold your hand and pull you over, sit you down, shove a stick in your lap, and say, play Eunice. Because if I did, you would have been like, no, who the fuck are you? And just walked away. And I'd be like, I'm the second state. What are you talking about? But yeah, it's just in search of people like that who are now realizing how good Eunice is because of this. And it's honestly kind of unfortunate that, like, I try almost every fighter I can. I want to see if I like it. But there's people like this who don't. And they don't try it unless they're given a reason to try it. I just try it for the sake of trying it. And all these people are now coming in and seeing all these jokes and memes that Eunice does, especially the bathwater memes that were never funny to begin with.
They're okay. Depends.
When they first said it, it was like, wow, I can't believe someone would say that. Ha ha ha, Eunice players are wild. But now
so
everyone's forcing the word bathwater whenever Eunice comes up in a conversation. It's kind of like Melty in the bathroom started as a joke. Honestly, kind of, because it wasn't even really a joke. Like, have you been to one of the crowded FGC rooms, right?
It literally isn't really a joke.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't.
It's some genuine...
Really.
Yeah.
Like, you've been to a crowded FGC. If you ever...
It wasn't as forced as the bathwater stuff.
It wasn't.
Yep, that's why it's great. Melty is a universal constant.
If you go to FGC events and you ever been in, like, when people are like, oh, we got setups in our hotel room, and you go, like, I've played Guilty Gear in a bathroom already. If a room's full and a bathroom has an outlet, you're going to play some games in the bathroom. And Eunice was very commonly pushed there because Eunice players had nowhere else to go because the rest of the room was just all crowded and outlets were taken up. So it started as a genuine thing where Melty just ended up in the bathroom because that's where the only place they could find to play. And the joke just, like, when the one C Otaku Grand Finals was just ran in a parking lot, it just happened. Stuff like that with Melty that just naturally happens is funny. But people, like, take up, like, you'll see tournament pictures where, like, people are in a vacant hotel room taking pictures with thumbs up, looking all happy, playing Eunice. I keep saying Eunice. Melty play in the bathroom. And you can tell from the mirror in the bathroom that the entire hotel room they're in is empty. That's forced. That's not funny. But when you have a picture of someone who's unrelated to the Melty players, and they're like, oh, Melty players in the bathroom again, and they're not trying to make a joke, they're just actually trying to play the game, that's fun. That's genuine. That's good. But when people force memes like this, it's what it is. It's a meme. Memes themselves are just... We were talking about this earlier, I believe, too. Not a little off camera. Off mic. Where, like, memes are just reused shit. And your problem with hopping on a meme is you're not being creative half the time. You're just rehashing something that exists.
That's why typically the good memes are the ones that are, creative. Something new. Something you don't expect half the time.
Yeah. Like when on the way to and from See Otaku, we were just playing Melty Blood on an airplane. Like, so that's kind of funny.
You had already been playing Melty on the plane years prior.
Yeah. That's like a traditional thing at this point. Everyone around hates us, but that's fine. On the plane, that is.
See, I wanted to do a thing where... So, for this past See Otaku, it was me and Tony, Skull Crusher, Soul Kill Demons, etc. His name. In the front, right in front of you and L. And then What
I was just saying, we'll get it.
I wanted.
We'll get it eventually.
I wanted to. Well, it's more like it's just contributing to the joke at this point. Like,
You're
I just
right.
wanted a picture of like me holding up the laptop, Tony's playing, and then you're behind us playing as well.
And he's just holding up the laptop so we can play.
Then I pussied out and just did it later when we were already back in Philly. Oh well. And then they already told us to put everything away. It's like, darn. Oh
It happens. Sometimes you gotta live in the moment. If you missed your chance, you missed it. Don't try and force it. I guess that's the moral what we're talking about here.
Anyways, it does get to the point where the Unis like jokingly use degeneracy. There's a part where that gets kind of embarrassing to the Unis community.
Yeah.
From what
Like,
I've seen.
The bathwater jokes just like when people put labels on their water bottles saying like, "Oh, I'm drinking Gordal's bathwater." It's like, okay, dog.
That's whatever.
Like cool, good for you. You did it. You put the sticker on your water bottle. Everyone hates you now for it.
I'm not gonna hate them on.
I hate them.
I'll let them be them.
No, they're not allowed to.
I mean, it's okay to not find something funny. Because
I
humor is
guess it's
subjective. But oh yeah, you know why I said that? Because I'm pretty sure this whole Unis degeneracy is only an NA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember seeing people, or just seeing like, I guess cringy things about making these degeneracy jokes in front of it, like the foreign players, like international players, and it's kind of like
they're just
they're
like
not
yikes.
they're not in on the joke. Please
Big
don't.
oof.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't be like, oh, you here in America to drink Yuzu's bathwater. It's like, no, just stop. That's like the bathwater thing came up, and it was like,
Don't make
that's
jokes
a bit whatever.
Don't make jokes if they're not in on it.
And then like people made jokes where it's like, oh, I want to slurp pizza out of Yuzu's butt crack. It's like, what?
Don't say that in front of the international players. They won't get it.
Like,
That's just us.
It's like anything after that just felt like a cry for attention. It's like, look at me, I said something degenerate. That's just my opinion on it. I don't know. It's a representative of the anime community, and it's just there's times where it's like, haha, people being people, it's fine. And there's times where it's like, can you not? Speaking of Tony, though.
To each on their own. To each on their own.
Tony, Skull Crusher, Saw Kills Demons.
Tony,
Malphite Dick.
Yeah, Malphite
whatever. I was going to try and have him on because DMC 5 came out. I beat that game already. That game is good.
I feel like anyone who was so everyone who was able to play DMC as it released, they definitely finished within the first 2 days.
They weren't lying when they said it was a 15-hour campaign, which is fine because the game has a bunch of replayability in by itself, and Bloody Palace is coming later.
Okay, I will say that this is DMC spoilers.
I'm not doing. These are not spoilers.
Okay, you save that for when
I'm not getting the spoilers. I want to get Malphite Dick, or Tony, as you guys we refer to him as. We want to get him on to do. I want to do like a spoiler cast next time. Like stop it on the end of the podcast and just go in on DMC.
So you guys can actually pop off on DMC while I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, I mean we'll stop it on the end. You can do whatever else.
Yeah, but it's just we're not gonna have you just pop off yourself on DMC.
Yeah, that's the fun. So that's why it's like as much as I really want to right now and talk about all the cool things I found in the game and saw and have my opinion on the game. I'll bundle all that up. I'll save it for next time, and hopefully we can get Tony on, and we can just go in on that. I already talked to him about this, so hopefully it works out. But yeah, I want to have a big DMC 5 just spoiler cast
section of the spoiler cast.
Yeah. Well, like it's not gonna be the whole cast. But like just slap it in on the end.
Yeah.
Just so if you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. Yeah. If you want to know our opinions on it or don't care and just want to hear it, there you go. So we're not forcing anyone like we did. I feel like when we shoehorned Danganronpa spoilers into our last cast.
Nah, that's fine. It's because we both played Danganronpa, and you don't really have anyone else.
Yeah.
Other than El, but
you need to finish Danganronpa. It took me forever to finish it too, so I kept procrastinating it. It was like the last case forever. Just never finished it.
Surprised you haven't gotten into Yakuza.
I just haven't. I don't know. Like I want to get into Hitman too. I love they had like the aesthetics of the Hitman games, and I just haven't played it.
That goes back to the part where I couldn't control myself with Steam sales at the time, and I bought the some Hitman bundle.
Yeah, I saw you have a bunch of Hitman stuff, and I was like, I'll just play that.
Go for it.
I just need to find the time to do that because I've been playing Apex a lot, and now DMC5.
I haven't really been playing Apex.
Apex has been fun. They added a bounce patch, which is whatever.
Yeah, after the Apex cast, I haven't really been playing it, which is weird. See, that's how fast things I can drop, I guess. Where it's like, oh, I'll play Yakuza, Danganronpa.
You played 2 cases and just stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, Apex got a new leaked character, Octane. He looks cool. Balance patch came out. To be honest, I'm surprised they didn't just be like, hey, March 1st, here's Octane, here's all this new stuff. They're still holding on to that. It's something my friend told me while we were playing Apex is Fortnite went and added its own ping system based on Apex's, which is kind of like... So when he was explaining it to me, he was saying he really didn't like this. It felt like they just stole an idea. But like when it's your competitor and you have to like compete with that, you kind of have to. I don't respect it because it sounds like you're like, oh no, they did something better than us. Let's just copy it.
Fortnite added this like, what, 10, 13 seasons later just because Apex came out. I was like, well.
Yeah, just because their competitor has it.
I think everyone acknowledges that they, pretty much did it because Apex had a great
Because it came out like, they literally quickly added this in a week or two after Apex's release and everyone loved it. So it's like.
Yeah, you definitely did.
Of course that's what it is.
You definitely didn't steal that from Apex.
No, not at all. Only other thing I wanted to quickly talk to was I kind of pushed it off from last cast because the last cast was a bit long. This was about like generic commentary stuff, especially since we have a bit of a dry period with majors now, and we're gonna have some bigger ones coming up. Like in the next 2 months or so, we have Combo Breaker and a bunch of other small. We had Anime Ascension wasn't too long ago. I think that was before the last cast, though.
Yeah.
But tournaments coming back in the season, and just normal commentary stuff for anyone trying to get into that. Even if it's just like a local thing. When, like, commentating, one thing I say, and everyone always has mixed opinions on this whenever I bring it up, is you can tell how good a commentator is based on how well they commentate a low-level match. And the reason I say that is because if you're watching a match and the commentator is the kind of person who's saying, wow, I don't know why they did that. I would have did this. Don't say that. No one cares why you did that, honestly. Like, people want to know why the person on the screen did that. Like, break down into why did they do this, what their other options were, and why you think they chose this option over those other ones. I don't care if you think one of the other options were better. Of course you can say that after you saw what happened. And honestly, there's probably a reason they're on the stage and you're not. Just saying.
No, I can't
But
say
I mean,
that. A lot of the commentators usually enter bracket.
Yeah. But then they're not in top 8.
Yeah, but they're still playing, man. Hey, you know what? Yeah. There's a reason they're in the commentator thing and you're not.
Who, me?
Yeah. Okay?
I can't be there. I'm better than a lot of them.
Okay. You say that with no confidence.
I gotta get my commentary reel together. It's because getting into commentary is hard because you need to be able to get on the mic, which is like, if you don't have a local, that's hard to do. Like, we have biggie majors and locals where I can commentate to get that footage to put together and make a reel. But if you don't have that, getting a reel together to get approved to be on major commentary boosts is hard. It's like, I don't know how you're gonna do that unless you just shoehorn your way in to commentate a pool and then save your commentary to get a reel together. It's tough. But yeah, just don't fall into the pit holes of commentary where like you're on commentary to break down what's going on the screen to people who either play the game and may not understand. Like, if a new player is watching and they're like, why did this person do that? Or or wow, that was a nice read, but it wasn't a read, it was an OS. You can elaborate on what the OS was on. You can elaborate on why they chose this option over others. Why they may have, just the whys, not what you would have done, not what they should have done. I mean, yes, what they should have done, but pair what they should have done with why they did this. Like, oh, he did this Oki option. Instead of being like, oh, that was a bad decision because he got counter hit for it, be like, oh, he was probably trying to hard bait the backdash, but instead he got mashed on. Like, don't just say, like, ooh, that was a bad decision. Or the normal, like, I don't agree with that burst if it doesn't work. And if it works, that was a good burst. Like, just those commentary pit holes are just, even if you're ever watching a major, you'll see a lot of these. And hopefully a lot of this will make more sense while you're watching stuff. Where, like, you're watching something, you're like, I really wish I knew what happened there. And the commentator's too busy saying, oh man, I wouldn't have done that there. I would have did this. It's like, it doesn't add to the match, and it kind of undermines the players who are currently playing. Which is why I go back to the good commentators can commentate a low-level match well. Instead of just being like, oh, he dropped his combo. Oh, nice confirm. Oh, he dropped it. Man, he must have tournament nerves. Oh, he dropped it again. Like, that doesn't break down what is going on.
Scott, I feel like you mentioned all of this in a previous cast.
Yes, the one we didn't post.
Really?
That's why I'm bringing it up again.
Okay, that's fine. I feel like I remember it not being the one that we didn't post.
Because I remember I only put it on the docket because it was on I literally did this entire rant. I think it was better on the cast. We canceled. But I wanted to bring it back up because I think it's an important detail. And it was just on the one that never got uploaded.
I thought it was on one that we did upload. Oh well.
Yeah, because it was the other solo one without James.
Yeah, it's easier. Oh yeah. Okay.
Because on the one we didn't post, I did the commentary rant and I did the helping new players rant.
And you already went through that with James, but you didn't go through. Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, I went through the one but not the other.
You went through the
so I split them up.
Commentator criticisms. It was just us two.
I went through both of them, but I did helping a new player last cast.
Yeah. Okay. So now I can say I don't like the part where in Frosties or previous majors where they say, "Oh, what a good burst read," or they didn't specify that it was like an OS, or actually no, am I getting this wrong?
So what you?
Oh no! It's when someone bursts and it's not a successful burst, but then they say,
"What a burst bait for things that are
my God.
OS."
Yeah, they say it's a burst bait, but no, it's just a burst save.
Like Johnny is doing Johnny things and they burst like, "Whoa, nice burst!" It's like no, his combo just does that.
Yeah, like it's like incorrect. That. Like I'm okay with being a hype commentator, but I don't like it when you're wrong.
Yeah.
Please don't say burst bait if it's not a burst bait. There are burst baits and there are burst safes.
Yeah, wrong terminology a lot. That's like when people use the word charge partitioning for anything, for charge buffering. Charge partitioning is not charge buffering. Charge partitioning is a specific charge input done in Street Fighter 3rd Strike. It's a bug. It's not a bug, it's just the way they coded it, and it's a really bad way to code charges. So,
yeah, I don't know what charge partitioning is.
I'll go into it real quick. So for 3rd Strike, charge partitioning, basically, you could start charging, and it kind of fills up an invisible meter in the back.
Okay, yeah.
And this meter fills up, and then when it hits the top, it like goes back down and just keeps filling up. And with how it works, you can charge it a little bit, dash forward, then finish charging it.
Okay.
So that's how like characters like Yorian and Alex would do like something dash button into like crush destroy, like the whole Yorian combo.
And then a charged move.
Yeah, and so you can start your 2 seconds of charging, charge it for like a second and a half, go dash forward, and during that dash, finish the last of it.
Okay.
Where in Guilty Gear, if you start charging, hit forward and start charging again, it resets it.
Yeah.
3rd Strike did not do that. That is charge partitioning. Charge buffering is buffering the full 2 seconds. Or in Guilty Gear, it's 1 second for Venom and Leo. May is 3/4 of a second. I don't know what Axel is. Whatever. Oh, or Pot. I don't know what those two are. But it's doing an input and then charging that whole window during that time. Charge partitioning is literally lazy programming in Third Strike. That's all that is. If you use charge partitioning for something other than Third Strike, I'm going to correct you.
I've never really noticed people talk about charge partitioning or buffering.
The
commentary.
One thing that reminded me of this is this past week, our local boy, Initial J, posted on Twitter, wow, this guy was charge partitioning through the menus. I don't know what game he was even talking about. But I'm like, first off, that's not even a charge thing. But I'm pretty sure he meant buffering, because partitioning is only Third Strike. Partitioning is just for Third Strike.
You said he was talking about Unis menus?
I think. I don't know what he was talking about. I assume because that was during the Unis boom, but... And Initial J, known for his Byakuya and Unis, was talking about it. So that's what I assume. But yeah, that's just something else I wanted to bring up.
Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We can probably close that out.
All right.
We're close to 2 hours here.
Oh yeah, all the majors coming up. Events are going out too. Cause I didn't realize how close they are now. Cause I got April Annihilation. That's a local major.
April Annihilation. We can talk about that next cast too.
Very new local, I guess. It's a replacement to Biggie's Winter Brawl.
Because now Winter Brawl.
Anyways, this is just a local tournament. But then a week after, more like this is a week before Super TSB. You want to talk about Super TSB real quick? So, what is
Super TSB? Is after April Annihilation, isn't it?
A week after, yes.
Because we have next cast to talk about that. It's 3 weeks away.
You're right. Yeah, we can cancel this one out.
Yeah, I think that's
2 days. This is not gonna be out before Tension Pulse.
When's Tension Pulse?
Tuesday.
Just edit it.
Hey, so I played on Tension Pulse. I played Tension Pulse in 2 days ago. That's a good sentence.
You're releasing this Thursday?
Later than Tuesday.
Oh my god. Okay.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll see if I can do stuff tomorrow. Anyway.
Vince is going to be on Tension Pulse. We don't know when the fuck this is coming out.
Yeah.
But playing against Seareed is just some net played shit.
Hey, I don't know.
If you're listening to this, sub Seareed.
Good games, Seareed. We haven't played yet. We haven't played yet, but good games. You know what? I hope, Scott, let's just say you should watch. At least you should watch.
You know what? How it is. I kind of want to watch and do my own commentary over and post that.
Maybe you can get on Tension Pulse commentary eventually. Maybe you can get on Tension Pulse commentary eventually. Maybe. But you said you had your own Tension Pulse criticisms, but you didn't go into it.
Likes and dislikes. I like how it shows off players and all these stuff. I hate how it's net play. PC net play even. I suck ass on PC net play and I don't know why.
Everyone else likes PC net play. So.
They love it.
Yep.
I wish I could love it. I want to love it.
Yeah, so you can literally play for free anyone.
But I can't. I can't love it. I mean, I'll probably play more this week, but yeah. So what I want to do is I kind of want to take the Tension Pulse stream and do like a re-commentary, either post it in a video or just stream it myself. Only thing is I don't want to take away from Tension Pulse, which is my problem. I also don't want the other commentary in it. So I don't know. I'll see what I want to do with it.
Yeah, you'd have to watch
at least for this one only, since you're on it.
Oh, you'd have to watch it mute.
Yeah, watch it. Maybe. I wish I could get into the lot, or you just restream it to me. Yo.
No, So because this is important, I'm gonna turn off my left and right monitor. I'm gonna go full screen mode. I'm gonna turn off the recorder. I don't want anything to be my fault because it's not.
I was gonna say, throw me the Steam video, the Steam footage,
or just fucking invite you.
Just invite me to the
lobby.
I don't know if they just do that.
Scott, I'll just tell you want to be there for the first match.
Maybe. I don't give a shit about the other one. I'll probably watch it, but yeah, we can probably close this out there then. Not much else I want to talk about. We can talk about April Annihilation, and I'm going to be going to Sakura Sunday as well. We can discuss that.
Sakura Sundays.
That's why I'm not going to April Annihilation, because I'm going to be at Sakura Sunday that Sunday. And if I enter Guilty Gear, I'm afraid I'll get top 8 and can't play on Sunday. So that's my things for that.
Scott, are you going to Super TSB? You don't know yet?
I want to.
Now you want to?
The fact that they have Tims for trophies,
That's
is
great.
pushing me away.
But it's a trophy. It's better than nothing. It's more than a medal.
It is.
But, like, that's godlike.
Anyway, Vince has Transit to catch, so we should probably need to close this out.
Yeah. All right.